LeBron James believes the Los Angeles Lakers grew closer together during their recent 8-game road trip, which concluded with a victory against the Brooklyn Nets. The superstar forward, now in his 23rd season, reflected on the journey that saw the team finish with a 5 wins and 3 losses record away from home. In his post-game comments, James emphasized the importance of team chemistry and how the extended time on the road brought the roster together during a crucial stretch of the season. The Lakers wrapped up their annual Grammy road trip on a positive note, securing a win in Brooklyn that featured the return of Austin Reeves after a 19-game absence due to a calf strain. The victory provided a much-needed boost as the team heads back to Los Angeles with momentum. James looked physically strong throughout the road trip, recapturing the form that made him one of the league's most dominant players despite being in the twilight years of his remarkable career. His leadership both on and off the court proved invaluable during the challenging stretch away from Crypto.com Arena. When asked about memorable moments from the road trip, James spoke candidly about several experiences that stood out to him. He mentioned the emotional return to Cleveland, where both he and his son Bronny got to play in front of the hometown crowd. The veteran superstar also highlighted playing at Madison Square Garden in New York, a venue he has always considered special throughout his career. Beyond the individual moments, James stressed that what mattered most was the opportunity to spend extended time with his teammates and watch Bronny contribute in multiple games during the trip. The Lakers star addressed the elephant in the room regarding the upcoming trade deadline, acknowledging that such periods can create uncertainty and nervousness for players across the league. However, James insisted that the road trip actually strengthened the team's bond rather than creating division or distraction. He emphasized that all the players remained focused on their professional responsibilities, preparing thoroughly for each game regardless of external noise and speculation surrounding potential roster moves before the February 5th deadline. James spoke highly of the Lakers locker room culture, describing it as a close-knit group of players who genuinely enjoy being around one another. He noted that the chemistry extends beyond just playing basketball together, with teammates forming authentic connections off the court as well. This camaraderie, according to James, has been building throughout the season and was particularly evident during the extended road trip when the team spent virtually every moment together. The positive atmosphere James described comes at a crucial time for the Lakers, who are fighting to maintain their position among the Western Conference playoff contenders. Off-court chemistry often translates to on-court success, and the team will need both to navigate the challenging second half of the season. With the trade deadline approaching and playoff positioning at stake, having a unified locker room provides a foundation that could prove essential for the team's aspirations. While the Lakers posted a respectable record on their road trip, the team understands that reflecting their improved chemistry and actual game performance remains the most important task ahead. The Western Conference features multiple legitimate championship contenders, and Los Angeles must continue building on this momentum to keep pace with the elite teams in the conference. James and his teammates know that good vibes alone won't be enough. They must translate their strengthened relationships into consistent execution on both ends of the floor during the stretch run toward the postseason and beyond. The timing of this positive development in team chemistry couldn't be better for the Lakers organization. With the trade deadline looming just days away, having a united locker room provides stability during what can otherwise be an unsettling period for NBA teams. Players across the league often feel uncertain about their futures when rumors swirl and front offices evaluate potential roster changes. The fact that James felt compelled to publicly emphasize the team's togetherness suggests he recognizes the importance of maintaining that bond regardless of what decisions management might make in the coming days. James's comments also carry additional weight given his vast experience and historical perspective on team dynamics. Having played on multiple championship teams throughout his career, the Lakers star understands what it takes to build the kind of unity necessary for postseason success. His ability to foster that environment, even in year 23, demonstrates why he remains such a valuable presence beyond just his on-court contributions. The younger players on the roster benefit immensely from his guidance and example when it comes to maintaining professional focus amid external distractions. Looking ahead, the Lakers return home to face upcoming opponents at Crypto.com Arena, where they'll look to build on the momentum gained during their successful road trip. The team's ability to maintain the unity and focus James described will be tested as the season intensifies. For now, the veteran leader seems satisfied with where the team stands both in terms of their record and their collective mindset as they push forward through the remainder of the campaign with championship aspirations firmly in mind, knowing that their strengthened bonds could prove decisive in crucial moments ahead. The NBA has suspended Los Angeles Lakers center Jaxson Hayes for 1 game following an unusual pre-game incident that occurred during the team's road trip. The suspension stems from an altercation with the Washington Wizards mascot before the January 30th game at Capital One Arena. This unprecedented disciplinary action marks what appears to be the first time in league history that a player has received a suspension for an incident involving an opposing team's mascot, making it a truly unique situation in professional basketball. Hayes will miss Thursday's home game against the Philadelphia 76ers at Crypto.com Arena as a result of the suspension handed down by the league office. Video footage shows Hayes pushing the Wizards mascot known as Gee Whiz during pre-game introductions before the contest in Washington. While altercations between players are relatively common and typically result in suspensions, conflicts involving mascots are virtually unheard of in professional sports, making this case particularly noteworthy and generating significant discussion throughout the basketball community. The timing of the suspension creates a challenge for the Lakers, who will be without Hayes when facing Philadelphia's dominant center Joel Embiid. Hayes has been part of a solid center rotation alongside DeAndre Ayton throughout the current season, providing energy, rebounding, and rim protection when called upon. His absence leaves the team somewhat short-handed in the paint against one of the league's most physically imposing big men, potentially forcing head coach JJ Redick to adjust his rotation and game plan significantly for the matchup. Beyond the on-court implications, the suspension adds an unexpected complication to what had been a positive storyline for Hayes this season. Prior to this incident, the young center had been making headlines for more favorable reasons, including his recent acceptance of an invitation to participate in the NBA Slam Dunk Contest during All-Star Weekend. The dunk contest appearance represents an opportunity for Hayes to showcase his athleticism on one of basketball's biggest stages, and this suspension unfortunately overshadows what should have been purely positive news. The incident raises questions about pre-game protocols and interactions between players and team mascots. Mascots are considered part of the game day entertainment experience and typically have choreographed routines during player introductions and throughout games. While the specific details of what led to Hayes pushing Gee Whiz remain unclear, the league evidently viewed the action as crossing a line that required disciplinary action. The 1-game suspension sends a message about maintaining professional conduct in all aspects of game day activities, even those involving entertainment elements. For the Lakers organization, the suspension comes at an inopportune time as the team looks to build on the momentum gained during their recent road trip. The team posted a 5 wins and 3 losses record over their 8-game journey away from Los Angeles, finishing strong with Austin Reeves returning to the lineup after missing 19 games with a calf injury. Having a full roster available would have been ideal as they welcome the Sixers to town, but Hayes' absence forces the coaching staff to make adjustments to their center rotation plan. Despite this setback, the Lakers appear to be finding their rhythm at the right time in the season. The team chemistry has improved significantly, with LeBron James praising how close-knit the locker room has become during their extended road trip. The group will need to demonstrate that unity by overcoming Hayes' absence and securing a victory against a talented Philadelphia squad. The ability to handle adversity and maintain performance despite roster complications often separates good teams from great ones as the season progresses toward the postseason. The suspension also highlights the unique pressures that NBA players face in every aspect of their professional lives. Every action, whether during games or in moments before and after, can have consequences beyond the immediate situation. In Hayes' case, what might have seemed minor resulted in a suspension impacting not just him, but his entire team's preparation for an important home game. This serves as a reminder about maintaining composure and professionalism at all times. The Lakers coaching staff will need creativity with their rotation against Philadelphia. While DeAndre Ayton carries primary responsibility defending Joel Embiid, the team may employ more double teams or zone defenses to limit the Sixers' dominant big man. Role players not typically seeing significant minutes at center may be called upon, making this an opportunity for Lakers bench players to step up and prove their value. The basketball world will likely remember this as one of the more peculiar incidents in recent NBA history. Player suspensions for on-court fights, altercations with officials, or policy violations occur regularly. However, a suspension from mascot interaction during pre-game festivities represents truly uncharted territory. Hayes will serve his one-game ban, and both he and the Lakers will hope to quickly move past this unusual chapter and refocus on pursuing championship goals for the remainder of the season and into the playoffs, where they hope to make a deep run, using this as a learning opportunity about maintaining proper conduct in all situations. The Los Angeles Lakers have emerged as a potential suitor for Brooklyn Nets center Ron Sharpe as the NBA trade deadline approaches on February 5th. According to sources close to the Lakers organization, multiple players in the locker room have expressed admiration for Sharpe following Tuesday's matchup between the two teams in Brooklyn. The young big man delivered an impressive performance against Los Angeles, recording 19 points and 14 rebounds in the Nets' loss, catching the attention of Lakers personnel and players alike during the contest. The interest in Sharpe comes from players within the Lakers roster, with sources indicating that members of the team have been vocal about their appreciation for his game. While specific names have not been confirmed, it's worth noting that Sharpe shares representation with Lakers guards Austin Reeves and forward Jake LaRavia, which could explain some of the internal advocacy for pursuing the Brooklyn center. Regardless of the source of the interest, Sharpe represents an intriguing option for a Lakers team looking to bolster their front court depth as they push toward the postseason. Sharpe brings several qualities that would benefit the Lakers roster if they manage to acquire him before the deadline. The energetic center excels at rebounding, particularly on the offensive glass, where his activity and athleticism create second-chance opportunities. He's capable of finishing around the rim with authority and provides the kind of hustle and energy that playoff teams value. His performance against the Lakers showcased these strengths, demonstrating why players in the locker room believe he could contribute to their championship aspirations moving forward through the season. The Lakers currently employ a center rotation featuring DeAndre Ayton and Jaxson Hayes, both of whom have performed solidly throughout the campaign. However, Ayton has experienced a decline in production recently, raising some concerns about consistency. Additionally, injuries are always a concern for any team, particularly one relying heavily on veteran stars like LeBron James. Adding a third capable center in Sharpe would provide insurance against injury while giving head coach JJ Redick more flexibility in his rotations during crucial games down the stretch. Despite the reported interest from players in the locker room, executing a trade for Sharpe presents significant challenges for Lakers general manager Rob Pelinka. The team has limited tradable assets after previous moves, with most of their future draft picks already committed or restricted in various ways. The Lakers lack the kind of young, attractive players that rebuilding teams typically covet in trade negotiations. This shortage of assets makes any potential deal difficult to construct, regardless of how much the current roster might desire Sharpe's addition to the team. The trade deadline situation reflects a broader challenge facing the Lakers organization this season. While the team has established itself as a legitimate playoff contender in a competitive Western Conference, there remains a noticeable gap between Los Angeles and the true championship favorites. The roster features star power with Luka Doncic, LeBron James, and Austin Reeves leading the way, but the supporting cast needs improvement to truly compete with the elite teams. Adding players like Sharpe could help close that gap and provide the depth necessary for a deep playoff run. If the Lakers are unable to acquire Sharpe or make other moves before Thursday's deadline, they may instead focus on the summer when more resources become available. The team will have access to additional tradable draft picks and potentially more cap space to work with during the offseason. Milwaukee Bucks superstar Giannis Antetokounmpo has been mentioned as a possible target for the Lakers if he becomes available, though such a blockbuster move would likely require waiting until the summer when the team has more ammunition to offer in trade negotiations. The Sharpe situation exemplifies the complex dynamics of modern NBA roster construction. Teams must balance immediate needs of competing now against preserving future flexibility. For the Lakers, this tension is particularly acute given LeBron James's age and the limited window remaining for championship contention with him on the roster. Every decision carries added weight as the organization tries to maximize chances of winning. While James can still perform at an elite level, player involvement in advocating for potential acquisitions reflects a modern NBA trend where veteran stars often have input on roster decisions. While general managers make final calls, having buy-in from key players can be important for team chemistry and morale. When players actively want certain teammates added, it facilitates quicker integration and acceptance, creating smoother transitions that benefit the entire organization. For now, the Lakers appear to be exploring all available options to improve their roster before the deadline passes. Whether Sharpe ultimately ends up in purple and gold remains uncertain given the team's asset limitations. However, the fact that players within the locker room are advocating for his acquisition demonstrates the kind of active involvement the current roster has in the team's future. As Thursday approaches, Lakers fans will watch closely to see if Pelinka can maneuver a deal addressing the team's needs while navigating the challenging financial constraints that currently limit flexibility in the trade market heading into the crucial final stretch of the regular season.